They're compulsive liars. They live secret double lives. It always has been proven to me.
Why does everybody keep asking me that? This is a bank. You know what gold I'm talking about.
Kankles McTaco Tits, who I've nicknamed Kanks for expediency. You know, Kanks tried to give a microphone a blowjob on the campaign trail. He has a cult that's deeply attractive to him, yet they probably need him to be beefed up. So his photographs are constantly photoshopped, and then they're, disseminated through the cult. So this headline will come as zero surprise to anyone that the Daily Mail, of all places, is reporting that a secret gay sex scandal explodes in Republican Party as closeted congressman who's engaged to a woman is accused of sordid double life. Let's read the excerpt. A secret gay sex scandal has rocked the Republican Party. I want to remind you that's the MAGA party.
Right.
As married men and a sitting member of Congress have been accused of sleeping with male escorts, even as their party thunders about traditional family values. In candid interviews, young, muscular sex workers in Washington, D.C. described a booming business fueled by Republican MAGA officials, from state lawmakers and high-powered lobbyists to federal government staffers and at least one congressman. The revelations come as the GOP faces renewed scrutiny over its hypocrisy on homosexuality, publicly championing the traditional nuclear family while privately indulging in the very behavior many Republicans denounce. But that's not all. Pop it up. One DC based male escort described having a 2-year relationship with a sitting Midwestern congressman who, during that period, had multiple serious girlfriends. The 29-year-old sex worker with the boy next door looks described dinners at downtown DC eatery Butterworth's, a popular MAGA haunt, followed by late nights. He told the Daily Mail on the condition that neither man was identified. The unnamed lawmaker is closeted, cautious, and carried the weight of a public image that left no room for who he really was, the escort said. It's gotten difficult to ignore the dissonance between the man I know in private and the votes he casts publicly. He said the Republican is now engaged to a woman. Last one, another escort, a 35-year-old with chiseled features and a bodybuilder's physique, was also candid. He described officials in the federal government, a state senator, and lobbyists among his clients. And so, for those of you that listen to the real news, you would know that Grindr crashed at the RNC when everybody had maxi pads on their ears and were singing God Bless America and bopping around with Kanks. They all left and they all got in Grindr because they all want to go secretly do gay stuff and then be horrible, awful, piece of shit hypocrites during the day and praise Jesus and vote all of this hate, anti-gay shit, while at night they're going to do gay stuff with male escorts.
Well, and here's the deal. It didn't crash just once. It crashed 2 times. And here's the thing. We have been sitting in these chairs from jump saying, if you're talking about how anti-gay you are all the time and how strong your family values are, 100% you're closeted. And here's the thing. I couldn't narrow it down. When you're reading this, I'm thinking, okay, who could it be? Because we know, Laura Loomer outed Lindsey Graham, so we know, but he's on the East Coast. So I'm thinking, is somebody on the East Coast think Louisiana is Midwestern? I don't know. It could be so many people.
Well, there's no question. This was a congressman, not a senator.
Oh, okay.
They were talking about. And so there's some sleuth. There's some sleuthing that can be done. We're too busy filming these eye hypnoses to do it, but I believe in you, patriots. and Gaytriots, especially the Gaytriots.
100%.
I believe that the loud and proud Gaytriots that listen to this here very podcast every day will get to the deep, dark bottom of this. Here's what we know. Midwestern congressman votes MAGA, is MAGA, has many serious girlfriends, and is now engaged to a woman. You guys, cast a net, report in the comments section. Let's pontificate and figure this out. And here's the thing. In a normal political climate, I would have empathy for the struggle and the plight of young men and women that are born into crazy religious families, and they've had to suppress who they are, and they hate themselves, and they've gone to the pulpit, and it's this hellfire damnation. The gays are our number one agenda. We're against gay marriage. That's our number one thing. And I have empathy for a young gay person that might feel closeted and scared and might have a lot of self-hatred. When we get to this point where you're this brazen, where you're actively voting against something that you're secretly doing, and there's this many of them, I say fuck them. I am so sick of the beating up on the LGBTQ plus community by white Christians. It is abhorrent. It has been decades long, and MAGA has brought it back up. They talk about, oh, with these drag queens, we're so upset about these drag queens. I have breaking news. JD Vance is a drag queen. There are photographs of it. He wasn't a very good one, but he still goes out and drag with the smoky eye. And so Donald Trump wears, no drag queen would ever dare not blend their makeup. Well, of course. But, this is the biggest drag administration I've ever seen. I haven't even started on Kristi Noem, who's now doing an arts and craft project down at the border, painting the fence black. And I'm like, wait till they find out about gloves. You guys, this hypocrisy is the problem. It is the problem. Gay people are not the problem. The hypocrisy are these white, MAGA, crusty people that want to tell everybody how to live their life when they do the exact opposite. And this has always been true for me my entire life. The most religious people I've known personally have always been the most screwed up. They've had the most screwed up marriages. They're compulsive liars. They live secret double lives. It always has been proven to me that when somebody very quickly tells me they're religious, I very quickly find out that they can barely keep it together because it's not a very sustainable way for free expression.
Well, here's the thing with all of this. You're 100% right, because the Christianity shames these people.
It's sad.
And they're told they're not good enough and they're bad and the sexual orientation is bad. So I'm with you. There's empathy there. But these people are not just a little bit mean and just ignore it. They're fucking cruel.
Yeah.
They are cruel. Now they're trying to get into transgender records. They're demonizing transgender people. They act like drag queens are the worst thing.
The church is the cult. The church. The churches is the cult. That's what's the problem is the church. And the new teaching they're teaching the kids.
It ever happened. And like you said, JD Vance, Donald Trump running around in bad drag. Never talk about guns because it's the religious poor. I mean, I can't help but think, having grown up religious, that
MAGA needs to answer for something, and they've never answered for it. They've never even responded to it. During the Republican National Convention, Grindr crashed twice. And Grindr, for those of you that don't know, is the gay Bumble for gay people. And a lot of hookup, a lot of messaging about hooking up, especially when you go to a new place, it can geo-track people around you. It crashed twice during the Republican anti-gay. We're big Christians. We want, America to be a Christian nation. Grindr crashed twice. And so I want to remind everybody that Laura Loomer outed Lindsey Graham. Now, he's been outed multiple times before. Personally, I've had a gaydar ping on him for at least 15 years. But I digress. Put up this from Laura Loomer's deposition. Miss Bogler asked, the witness says, several of President Trump's staff have told me in confidence that Lindsey Graham is gay. And then the attorney says, hold on, Miss Loomer. There's no question. So Laura Loomer's under oath. It wasn't even prompted. And she just outed him under oath voluntarily that Lindsey Graham is gay. And then now she's doubled down on it since this deposition is leaked. The Daily Beast is reporting this. Laura Loomer, I quote, outed GOP senator because I was under oath. The right-wing activist has doubled down on her claim that a GOP senator is secretly gay. And so, I mean, comes when you take this, we talk about this a lot because the Republican Party talks about gay and trans and lesbian and rainbow flags and get triggered by the rainbow mafia and drag queens reading books and drag shows. And I am surrounded by gay men in my social life. I hear MAGA talking about gayness and queerness far more than I do gay people. And then when you combine that with the aforementioned Grindr crash, which Grindr has, they've got the software in the city.
We're not talking normal traffic here.
Right. Okay. What do you think about all that?
Okay, what I think about it is if you are screaming and you are so triggered and you are so worried about gay people and you have to talk about genitals and who's got what in their pants and who's going to what bathroom and who's having sex with whom and why. And I think history will show, look at the Moms for Liberty. Just pick out any Republican gay hater. They've got gay stuff going on because people that are completely comfortable with their sexuality are not talking about it all the time.
Right.
So these are people that are repressed and they hate it that other people can have shame-free sex with whomever they want and they're stuck because of their religious hypocrisy. The more they have to say it, they're trying to convince themselves, in my opinion. You're having to.
The biggest dipshit in the Trump administration, Mike Waltz, who added the journalists to the war plans on Signal, the Bro group chat, the Micro Penis War Plan Committee. Well, apparently some internet sleuths have done a little sleuthing and found some interesting things on his Twitter account. Put up the first tweet. Dan Cohen tweets, if the Trump administration Signal debacle wasn't bad enough, I found that Michael Waltz, married to Julia since 2001, follows a gay pornography account. Their personal lives are their own, but it's well known that secret sexual improprieties can be used to compromise political figures. And Waltz is one of the most powerful and sensitive positions in the U.S. government. The question must be asked, does Waltz's apparent secret lust for black males make him susceptible to blackmail? Put up the next slide. He follows an account called Big Dick Bottom. And I just want to state for the permanent record,
Mike Johnson was largely unknown before becoming Speaker of the House, but once he was elected Speaker, we quickly learned that he was one of the individuals to support Trump's attempt to overthrow U.S. democracy, and we also learned that he hates gays. And when I say hates gays, I mean he really, really, really fucking hates gay people, and there are countless examples to demonstrate this. After the Supreme Court struck down Roe v. Wade, Clarence Thomas expressed his intent to revisit the Obergefell decision in a concurring opinion, and Johnson defended and agreed with Thomas, saying, there's been some really bad law made. He said, they've made a mess of our jurisprudence in this country for the last several decades, and maybe some of that needs to be cleaned up. And it's not surprising considering he wrote an op-ed in 2003 supporting the criminalization of homosexuality. Also, Rolling Stone reports, talking to Pastor Jim Garlow on a broadcast of the World Prayer Network, Johnson spoke ominously of America facing a civilizational moment. He said the only question is God going to allow our nation to enter a time of judgment for our collective sins, or is he going to give us one more chance to restore the foundations and return to him? The segment was filmed on October 3rd, just weeks before Johnson's unexpected rise to become Speaker of the House. Garlow pressed the clean-cut Louisiana congressman to say more about this time of judgment for America. Johnson replied, the culture is so dark and depraved that it almost seems irredeemable. He cited as supposed evidence the decline of national church attendance and the rise of LGBTQ youth. The fact, Johnson lamented, that 1 in 4 high school
You know how Candace Owens did this thing where she said that Brigitte Macron, the first lady of France, is a guy. And, well, we already know that she was in her 40s when she groomed a 15-year-old kid. And that became her husband. And so she's been doing all this litigious stuff, trying to sue people to shut them up. And the people she tried to sue, that the journalists who broke this story, who've been doing deep dives on it for over 3 years, she tried to sue them to shut them up. Well, guess what? French appeals court clears two over First Lady gender rumors.
Whoa.
That's right. Disinformation on Macron's gender has circulated on social media for years. Disinformation. That's how they. It's not disinformation. She has also been attacked over the 24-year age difference with President. It's not their age difference. It's that he was a kid, and she was in her 40s.
How about that's not being attacked? How about that's being truthful
Yeah.
about your relationship with an underage
This
person?
shows the control they have of the media. The 72-year-old first lady, whose maiden name is Troganou, has a brother called Jean-Michel. Well, we never see them together or a picture of them together. Isn't that interesting? Brigitte Macron filed a libel complaint against two women after they posted a YouTube video in December 2021 alleging she had once been a man named Jean-Michel. In the video, defendant Amandine Roy, a self-proclaimed spiritual medium, interviewed Natasha Ray, a self-described independent journalist, for 4 hours on her YouTube channel. And now they just won in court. And now those people who this news article is trying to, I wish we would have got the Daily Mail one.
Self-described.
I don't know why we're
Sounds like
using.
she did better than you. Maybe I wrote this.
Ray spoke about the state lie and scam she claimed to have uncovered, that a certain Jean-Manuel Troganou had changed gender to become Brigitte, then married the president. They discussed surgery she was supposed to have undergone and revealed personal information about their first lady's brother. You know, her parents, Brigitte's parents, were also involved in the transgender surgery stuff, right, Kurt? I'm not making that up.
No, 100%. In fact, every part of this makes it look like it's exactly the thing that Candace Owens said. Candace Owens didn't do this herself. She talked to all these people that did the research.
Right. She talked to the journalists. The claim went viral, including recently among conspiracy theorists in the United States. Conspiracy theorist. A lower court. Well, now the court also, I guess, must be a conspiracy theorist because the French court agreed with these people. A lower court in September last year ordered the two women to pay 8,000 euros in damages and 5,000 euros to her brother. But the Paris appeals court on Thursday let them off, including over a false claim of grooming a minor. It's not a false. Again, why are we using this news report?
He was 15 years old.
He was 15 years old.
What would you call that?
That's called grooming. If it was a 40-year-old guy and a 15-year-old girl, you'd call that grooming.
We locked up Mary Kay Letourneau for this.
That's right.
She didn't rule France with her boy husband.
The defendants will no longer have to pay the damages. The court did not provide further explanation. Here on the right is a photo from the return of Jean-Michel Troganou from his studies in Algiers. On the left, a photo of Brigitte. That's supposedly her brother, which they're never seen together, ever.
Well, no one sees him at all.
No one ever sees him ever anymore anyway, right? They could end this whole thing if they were seen together. They won't take a walk together or a photo. So that's him. That's her.
I mean, did they say he's alive still?
Where is he? So we asked Grok, where is he? There is no definitive public information confirming the current location of Jean-Michel Troganou, the brother of Brigitte Macron. Public records and family genealogies confirm his existence as a member of the Troganou family, but he has largely stayed out of the public eye, leading to speculation and conspiracy theories. Some sources indicate he may reside in France, with a LinkedIn profile suggesting a connection to Lily Hawk. So there you go.
I think he was cited pushing Macron's face on a plane.
So here's another question. When was the last public photo of Jean-Michel Troganou taken? There are no verified public photos of this guy explicitly identified in recent sources. The most recent reference to a photo involving him was from 1977.
Before AI?
And fun fact, that's when Emmanuel Macron was born, 1977.
Isn't that
tied to a debunked conspiracy theory? Who tied it to that? And what was debunked?
Yes. So that's all conspiracy, except the court agrees with them now. Except nobody is suing Candace Owen for saying this, and they have yet to deny that she's a man. They won't do that. Hey, come see us on tour. We're going to be in Toronto, Red Bank, New Jersey, Northampton, Massachusetts, Concord, New Hampshire, Oxnard, California, Rutherford, New Jersey, New York, Edmonton, Calgary, and Vancouver. Go to Jimmy Dore.
If Charlie Kirk was black and his whole platform was speaking hate about white people, let's reverse it for a second for the ignorant, uneducated people who cannot grasp hypocrisy and racism. He's black and his whole platform is speaking hateful things about white people, and then he dies. How do you think white people would act? They would be celebrating in the streets. They make fun. They made fun of George Floyd for getting brutally murdered by a cop. Are you? And now they're the empathy police. Get the out of here with that. I'm so done.
TikTok user Lit But Sober was preaching on her page.
Just a quick PSA, not being able to recognize when someone's blatantly racist means you're racist. At least 3 people were killed and 5 others hurt after a shooting at a North Carolina bar on Sunday. Police say a man pulled up to a dock on a boat armed with an assault rifle and opened fire on diners at the American Fish Company, a popular pub known for its live music and waterfront views. North Carolina's governor said more must be done to prevent violence and address mental health issues.
Folks deserve to be and feel safe in their towns, whether they're enjoying a dinner or praying in church or coming home from work. We must do better to keep people safe.
Investigators say the suspect, 40-year-old Nigel Edge, was a decorated Marine combat veteran and a Purple Heart recipient and may have also suffered from PTSD.
I want to provide you an update on a deadly shooting at a seaside bar there in Southport, North Carolina. We're hearing from the governor of North Carolina, Josh Stein, earlier on today. He posted this on social media saying Southport is a tight-knit community that is reeling from the tragic shooting over the weekend. I'm heartbroken for the 3 families who each lost a loved one in this senseless act of violence. They go on to say the U.S. Coast Guard, who worked quickly, collaboratively to apprehend the suspect, making sure people feel safe and are safe in their communities is critical, and it's clear we have more work to do. Let's be joined right now by Fox News' Madison Scarpino. Madison, thank you so much for joining us here on Live Now from Fox. Obviously, a tragedy over the weekend. How did this all go down?
Well, Andy Mack, thanks for having me. I'll just kind of set the scene for your viewers right now. This all happened, as you mentioned, in Southport, North Carolina, Saturday night around 9:30 p.m. There is a bar called American Fish Company that is near this yacht basin in Southport, which for people who don't know is about 30 miles south of Wilmington. It's a really quaint, tight-knit coastal community, and people were out at that bar again around 9:30. There was a big crowd just doing what people normally do, having drinks. Live music was playing, when all of the sudden police say that a man who they are now identifying as 40-year-old Nigel Edge began shooting into the crowd of people at that bar from his boat. So obviously chaos ensued. We know that 3 people died, 5 people are injured. We know at least one of the people injured are still fighting for their life. So a really horrible situation out of, again, a small town where violent crime, according to officials there, is just virtually non-existent usually.
Yeah, and of course they are saying this was a potentially premeditated attack, obviously a very violent one by now they're identifying the suspect as Nigel Edge. What do we know about this individual?
Well, you're exactly right. One of the things that stuck out to me that officials said was this was an evil act, and they said that, yes, it was highly premeditated. So as far as Nigel Edge, we were told by law enforcement that he's not a stranger to local law enforcement. Not necessarily a lot of arrests in the past, but they knew who this guy was. They say that he self-identifies as a combat veteran who was injured in the line of duty. He has PTSD. I want to kind of emphasize that they say self-identifies. We don't know what that means, and we're working to kind of get a glimpse at his full military history. But as far as other details, he had his first court hearing today, and we got a little bit more information. First of all, his bond was denied, so he's going to remain in jail without bond. But in court today, it was revealed that he has a history of some lawsuits against the city. Supposedly that has to do with conspiracy theories. Not too much information, but we know he has a history of that sort of thing, which may kind of speak to his mindset. They also found a copy of a book while serving warrants after his arrest that he wrote. So we're also looking into that to see what the contents of that book was. But just, yeah, kind of a lot of questions about this guy's mental state, considering that he's saying he's a combat veteran with PTSD. But knowing that it was highly premeditated, that also raises a lot of questions, Andy Mack.
Yeah, a lot of questions still unanswered about this. And this individual.
From Fox 12 Oregon, this is breaking news.
And we are following breaking news. Oregon's governor and attorney general announcing today that President Trump is deploying Oregon National Guard troops into Portland. Good evening, and thanks for joining us on the 5 o'clock news. I'm Pete Ferryman.
And I'm Ward Jollis. The Trump administration says Title 10 of the United States Code provides the legal framework for the president to deploy National Guard troops and reserve members. It's also the same code that Trump invoked in California back in June and in Washington, D.C. last month.
Oregon's attorney general also sharing today that his office has filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration in an attempt to block the deployment. This all started with a post on Truth Social yesterday. President Trump directing the Secretary of War to send troops to, quote, protect war-ravaged Portland and any of our ICE facilities under siege from attack by Antifa and other domestic terrorists. And he authorized, quote, full force if necessary. And shortly after, Oregon's governor spoke to the president and rejected the idea. We have team coverage tonight as multiple rallies against the Trump administration and its actions are happening all across the metro area right now.
Fox 12's Julia Lopez is live at the 5051 rally that started at the Portland waterfront. McKenna Marks is speaking with neighbors near the ICE facility about their concerns. But first, we go to Fox 12's Adrian Thomas at the ICE facility in South Portland as more protesters are showing up right now. Adrian, what's going on?
Well, Ward, Pete, there's about 200 protesters out here. They've been gathering over the last few hours. And as of right now, it's remained mostly peaceful, except for when federal law enforcement come out of the ICE facility to clear a path for federal law enforcement vehicles. That's been happening about every 30 minutes or so. And you see some of the protesters get rather tense with the federal law enforcement. But right now, again, about 200 demonstrators out here remaining largely peaceful. They've been gathering over the last couple of hours. And
Why are you here? He's asking you which car is involved. I want to know why there's two officers responding to such a simple thing. Because we pay a lot of money for you guys in the city. Okay. And I decide whether the budget's good or not. And so I think you should go patrol Main Street, do your job, and I'll talk to him and I'll deal with this. Okay. Go patrol.
I'll just talk to him.
Look, guys, we pay so much money for this.
Okay.
Hey, look, I just...
You just hang out for a second.
Go patrol Main Street, make yourself useful. Come on, guys. Okay. Go patrol Main Street, make yourself useful. Let's not waste taxpayer dollars.
So, tell me what's going on.
Come down here. I've got a family event going on.
Okay, that's fair. I'm willing to do that.
I want to know why you're even here.
Because I am obligated to invest.
There's
a car that's wrecked down there.
Uh-huh.
And you have already talked to the guy and said that your son had run into his car.
Yeah. I gave him my insurance and I gave him everything, and we already called and made an insurance report. State Farm's handling everything.
Okay, and it's also over $1,500. So I need to
it's going to be his car's totaled. Yeah. So he called you. That's what you. Yeah, that's all you need to say. Hey,
Yes, he called me.
yeah. See, this is the problem, and I'm not. Your guys' lack of training blows my mind.
Okay.
It blows my mind. Hey, Ted, I'm here. There was an accident. The person whose
Will you
car.
please not step up on me?
No, I'm telling.
I'm asking.
No, no,
you
no, no,
not
no,
to.
no, no. I'm telling you how you're supposed to do your job because you obviously don't know. Look, listen. Hey, Ted. The person that your son hit earlier has asked that I make a police report. I'm here to do that. Instead, you show up like you're an FBI agent doing some big secret thing. Like, who trained you? I want to know who trained you.
Can I get your son's name?
How old are you?
Can I get your son's name?
How old are you?
Okay.
How long have you been? How long have you been?
going
How long have you been
to impede an investigation?
No, are you going? Do you have a warrant to be here?
I'm on public property right now.
I'll cooperate with you, but you
I'm trying to.
no. You guys have got to learn how to do your job right. We are botching so many things in the city because of you guys, and you know that. You're aware of everything, and I'm aware of everything.
Can I get your son's name?
You can step onto my property, and I will talk to you if you will be reasonable. Let's start the conversation over,
Let's do it.
please.
Okay.
Hi, my name is
Hello?
Ted Stokes.
I am here because there was a complaint about your vehicle or your son hitting another vehicle, and the vehicle looks like it's totaled.
And the person who made the complaint was the person who owned the car?
Yes.
Okay, cool. We already talked to him. I'm happy to help you out.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we need your.
Okay, you need it down. I need you to face trial.
2 responding officers.
Yes.
For a non-moving vehicle.
Yes. What's your son's date? His driver's license?
Yeah, sure.
Do we need?
Will you go get it, Court? I don't have it.
Does he need to come out here?
No. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Can you tell me which vehicle it was?
Yeah, it was that Honda Sonata right there.
Okay. So I do have his, or I guess it's your insurance information.
Yes.
Does the car belong to you?
Yes.
Okay.
I stayed there for half an hour. I waited for them to get home.
Okay.
I gave them their information. I don't have a problem with you being here. I have a problem with the approach. 2 responding officers to this, and we'll probably have another accident on Main Street, right?
So it's this one right here?
You guys, like, I'm gonna defund you guys, like. It's unbelievable. I can't believe that you guys are like. Yeah, I can't believe you have him sitting there wasting tax dollars. Give me one good reason why he's there. Wasting tax dollars. I love that you want me to answer your questions, but you won't answer mine. He doesn't dispute fault. Like, it's his fault.
Okay. So is your son okay?
Yeah, brother. Hey, Justin, Ted Stokes. I've got 2 police officers in my house. This is the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen. Tucker hit a non-moving car on the road. We gave the insurance.
Bravo
We gave
12.
the insurance
That's
to the
1027 by number.
Everything was good. I think he called to make a report just to make it fine. 2 officers show up at my house, walk up to my front door.
247 118
Investigation.
417.
Don't tell me anything other than we're here to do an investigation. And the other officer's still sitting here as backup. Like, this is Justin, I'm sorry, but
Sorry, 1090.
this can't happen. Like, this other officer needs to stop making. Needs to go.
Yes, correct.
Trying to give a report to this. But he wouldn't even tell me. It wasn't like, hey Ted, we're here. It's Officer Hanson. I'm blown away by this. Justin, I promise you, I will do everything in my power as a city council member to make sure these guys are defunded. There will be 5 police officers in this town because this is unbelievable that this guy needs a backup officer to make sure I don't hurt him at my house for my son hitting a car non-moving. I waited a half an hour at the guy's house to give him his insurance policy. I'm fine with him making a police report. I'm blown away by the fact that right in the middle of my Sunday dinner, my daughter's birthday party, with 5 other cars here for guests. I've got 40 people at my house for a birthday party. And I've got 2 officers at my house. And this guy's. Can I talk to you? Who's the other officer? McComb. I've got Hanson and McComb. This is unbelievable. Like, get on Main Street, the other officer, and go patrol. Instead, they're making sure City Councilman Stokes doesn't do something. Like, I don't know if this is retaliatory or what, because I didn't vote. Like, it better not. I'm telling you, Justin. Like, this is over. This is the last straw. I've got two officers out in front of my house with 40 people in my house celebrating a birthday party, and he couldn't even tell me why he was here other than he was to investigate a car accident that he acted like we had done a hit and run through. Like that's how he approached me. He didn't say, "Hey Ted, guess what? Like some guy wants to make a report. We're here to do it. We understand you gave him your insurance information. Thanks for doing that, but we're obligated to make a report." I'm fine with that. You should have seen this guy approach. I said, "I'll send you the ring footage. You will be blown away by this." I don't know what to say, Justin, but this is the last straw. I know I've expressed my complaints, but this is it. This is the last straw. They're both here because he's afraid I'm going to jump him. I approached him to talk to me. He says, you need to back up off of me. Back up off me. I'm like, what are you talking? I'm standing here talking to you with a Sharpie in my hand. You think I'm going to hurt you? These guys are so untrained, Justin. It blows my mind. I am done. Like, I don't know if there's a way to amend the budget now, but I want to amend it, and I'm going to call the other council members tonight. I'm going to tell them exactly what happened, and we are amending it. Like, we are going to 5 officers. This is it. We need 2 officers on duty in the morning. We need 2 officers on duty in the afternoon. We need 1 officer on duty at night. This is the most unbelievable thing I have ever seen. Tell me when you can talk in the morning. I'll go enjoy your Sabbath. I need to talk to you first thing in the morning. This is unbelievable. All right. Well, let's talk about it in the morning. I'm sorry, Justin. Like, I know, Justin, this is culminating. Like, I've got other stories I could tell you last week. An officer pulled someone over, in front of just in front of the intersection of Spring Creek Fitness, or what's it called, Summit Creek Fitness. The guy pulled over like right past the intersection. The guy was an idiot, right? He pulled over like 5 feet past the intersection. So our officer parked right in the middle of the intersection, and no one could make a left-hand turn or a right-hand turn or go straight through a main street intersection for like 30 minutes while this guy did his stop. What would you have done, Justin, if you were the officer in that situation? Tell me what you would have done. You would have got out of the car. You would have gone up and said, "Hey, can you pull 20 feet forward so I can pull in behind you?" But no. The officer parked smack dab in the middle of the intersection and sat there and did his 20-minute stop. And I have pictures of it. I have videos. Like, Justin, we cannot fund this because it's not worth our money. These guys have no idea what they're doing. I'll take a picture. You see both their trucks pulled up right here to handle this issue. I am done. Like, this is the last straw. It is the last straw. I am done with these guys. I'm embarrassed. I'm flat out embarrassed. I get a ticket 3 weeks ago for rolling through a stop sign at 7 a.m. And the officer says, "Sorry, I had to do it." Turns out, I find out him and the chief are giving each other high fives the next Monday. Justin, I've got 3 officers in the force who tell me everything. I know everything that's going on. Like, I am done with this. Like, it's done. Well, I want you. I'll talk to you tomorrow morning. There's changes have to happen, or there's going to be problems. Thanks. Bye.
Okay. So does your son need medical attention?
No, I think he was bleeding his nose pretty bad. We handled it, but like, you know, we're competent parents. If he needed medical attention, we would take care of it.
But you think he might have broken?
I don't know. We're gonna go check it out tomorrow and see. Like we would handle that, right? Tell me why you think I couldn't handle my son's medical attention.
I think he can.
Don't I? Isn't that my?
You have a right.
Isn't that my? It's not a right. It's my legal obligation.
But it's your right to be able to.
It's my right and my legal obligation. So yeah.
Okay. Can I talk to him?
What do you need to talk to him?
Just to find out what
I can tell you everything that happened. He had city youth. He had stake youth council. He's on a youth council for the church.
Okay.
He pulled out of the stake center. They gave them muffins, chocolate muffins. You can see him on the front seat. They spilled. He set the muffin on the seat, and he was going to eat it when he got home because he's fasting, and we were going to eat dinner at 5. And he set it down, and the muffin fell down onto the carpet. You can see where the frosting like got on the carpet. He bent down to pick it up, which he shouldn't have done, and he set it back up on the seat. When he looked up, he kind of veered off into this guy.
Yeah. I have a sister that years and years ago did almost the exact same thing. Bend over, grab the steering wheel, went across the road. Luckily, he went this way instead of into oncoming traffic.
Capable. Though no one was in the car, he's okay. He has a bloody nose. We'll look at it tomorrow and make sure it's not broken.
Okay. Do you know if he was wearing a seatbelt?
He was.
Do you know how fast he was going?
I don't think. I asked him. He said, "Dad, I pulled out of the thing, and I had let off the gas because I'm going downhill anyways." He turns left at that intersection. The car got pushed about 15 feet, 10, 15 feet. He turns left right there, so he wouldn't be going too fast because he knows he's turning left right there. He should have turned left, but he bent over to get the muffin and hit it.
Okay. At this point, I just need to fill out the witness not the witness statement, but the accident exchange form. I mean, that way both of you have the exact same information.
Sure.
So that you can contact your insurance company.
I already did. I gave him our insurance. I hope he did too. I don't have a problem with you making a report. It's 2 officers and it's the approach. Blows my mind, man.
Okay. I don't feel like you
need to handle that better. You need to say, "Hey, I heard your son was in an accident. Someone asked me to come make a report." And I would say, "Oh, was it the guy who got hit?" Instead, you come up to me like you're doing an FBI.
Okay. I'm not getting into that because I tried to be friendly.
You need to.
I tried to be friendly the entire time.
No.
I tried to be friendly with you the entire time. I tried to strike up a conversation.
Why are there 2 officers here?
Because there's a vehicle.
Justin's blown away.
There is a vehicle that.
No. Yeah.
Say,
and that's what you said. Too.
I'm not saying.
You said, "Hey, there's a vehicle that's been totaled on a roadside," as if we hit and run it. That's how you approached me.
Until I get here, I don't know the full circumstance. I don't.
The person who called didn't say that.
I'm going to start working on paperwork
so
that I don't waste more time.
Let's finish. Let's finish this conversation. Hey,
okay.
Let's finish this.
I'm gonna do paperwork.
Hey, stop.
I'm gonna do the paperwork.
Conversation interrupted. You know. What? Hey.
Okay.
You said. Listen. You said I didn't know the whole situation. What report did you receive?
What do you mean?
What were the words that the dispatch person told you?
It's all on written records.
So no, you tell me.
I'm going to do.
Why won't you just tell me? This is what I hate about you guys: the lack of transparency.
Okay.
Lack of transparency. All the bull crap. Like, it's done. Like, I'm sorry. You guys dug your own grave.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Hey, Justin wants that other officer on Main Street.
Okay.
So send him.
Okay.
Sure, 50 on cash. Suspicious entry on first.
55.
Contact Canal by 21. She's my manager at Wendy's on Main Street, 1300 North. Just they have a male employee that they are worried about the other employees leaving.
That part.
I found 4 cases highlighting extreme Karen behavior, featuring 4 individuals who later faced the consequences, starting with notorious poolside Karen.
And then she started calling us Mexican friends. Let's make them leave. Yes, they don't belong.
This is Blair Featherman, a 49-year-old woman who on July 2nd, 2023, was recorded assaulting and hurling racist remarks at a Spanish family at her neighborhood pool in Lakewood, Colorado. She stated, among other things, that the family don't belong here. We'll let you decide whether she means the Alta Green Mountain apartments or the country as a whole. After this footage of Mrs. Featherman was recorded, she still decided it was a good idea to call the police. 6 officers responded to the scene and were greeted by a trove of people, all willing to stand up for the victims.
So both my boys, Brendan and Hunter, they reserved a clubhouse to have a family barbecue and family gathering, a few friends. When I arrived with food, the blonde girl gave me crap about. She came up to the gate and she said, "Do you have a cop?" I said, "No, but my boys live here." She said, "Well, I work at the front desk," which she doesn't. Then, as more of our family started gathering, she was getting more pissed and more pissed. She started mouthing off to my granddaughter, saying, "You, what? Where's Lexi? What did she tell Lexi? You don't live here? What are you doing here? You don't live here?" It's just getting very, very nasty. Okay. My son, who lives here, tried to go over and, like calm the situation. Like, hey, we're having a family barbecue. We live here. We've got a fob, and her brother went down on him, attacked him. He fell on the rock.
I'm sorry, can you? The family then shows the officers this footage. Whilst they were the first to see it, this embarrassing clip would soon end up gracing the eyes of millions.
Yeah, it's true. You have a fob? 2 people. You have a Mexican party in the pool. Trash. Oh, no, you can't do that. You can't just record me. Oh, you guys are such a... Oh, my God, in Denver. I live here. I live here. Nowhere where whoever came from you. Oh, God. Oh, my God, it's so dumb and you're wearing it on the pool, you idiots. This is turned. Yeah, you don't even know what Hermes is. Police here now. I have Hermes goggles on. Oh, yeah, and these? Hold on, wait, this is good. And these? No.
Like most Karens, Blair attempted to make herself seem more important than Alexis Alba, shaming for wearing the designer brand Hermes, almost as if she believes people who don't look like her don't belong in such expensive clothes. The family then continued providing their accounts to the officers.
The blonde girl? This lady? No, over there. Do you see her with her thong on? Okay. That's her. And then she started calling us Mexican friends. Just total being extremely derogatory.
Okay, so what do you want the police to do here?
We don't want you guys to do anything. They called.
You want to press charges, right?
No.
I have a suspicion that there was probably some cat fighting and
There was
alcohol going on, mutual blah 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 blah. Blah.
Exactly. They're the ones called it. Please, okay.
Okay.
We're
So what's the plan?
We just got upset. We felt their racial profiling. They were, She said, pissed us off. Yeah. And then we're Spaniards. There's 4 separate ways of talking.
There's a definition.
There is. No, it pisses me off because we're brown and attractive people. There's a little bit of jealousy going on.
We're code for it if we didn't already.
So if we could just we just wanted to diffuse it. They told it. We just wanted to diffuse it.
While the family of victims are completely calm, cordial, and polite with the police, the same can't be said for Mrs. Featherman, who's about to show these officers just how entitled she really is.
What's going on?
Well, so basically this pool lately has had a lot of pool hoppers. Okay. So, and I like to enjoy my pool. I have 2 girls that don't even come to the pool anymore because of all the pool hoppers.
Okay.
They don't even enjoy it because we know who is here in town.
Okay.
So apparently I think they had a birthday party or something. But I asked, so here's all I did. I was right here, and see the Louis Vuitton guy? He's the one who started it all. That motherfucker. I said to him, do you have a fob? Because that's what everyone's saying. It's not just me. Other people are living there asking for people with fobs.
With the big group over there.
Right. But I said, you're only allowed to have 2 people. Meanwhile, the whole pool is filled with a fucking party. These people don't have a fob. You're only allowed to have 2 guests, not 20.
Sure.
So we're over here, mind you. This whole crew over here comes over, bomb rushes me. I had 2 girls fucking trying to kill me. So I tried to defend myself, but my phone is gone, and I recorded everything, and they probably have my phone.
Who has your phone?
We don't know. Someone took my phone because I recorded the whole thing.
What kind of phone was it?
It was an iPhone, the smaller one, not the big one.
7 or 10?
Shoot, I don't know.
Okay. How much did it cost you?
I don't even know. I don't know. But I'm just saying, I put it on record, and I was recording the whole thing, and they took my phone.
Featherman paints herself as the victim of an assault by 2 women, as well as the theft of her cell phone. However, as more and more officers respond to the scene and begin interviewing more witnesses, a very different story to her own keeps being corroborated over and over.
I think it started. I hate to say this, she's racist, and I don't belong here. I don't live here.
Right. But I just want to let it be known, like, I want to press charges because she did put her hand on stuff. And she just keeps going on, saying that we're dirty Mexicans, that we don't belong here. We need to go back to where we came from. We're trash.
She started all of that. And so she started making racist remarks to this entire group over here. I'm not even a part of them. Like, she started making racist remarks. So 2 of them went over there and they're like, what's the deal? She swung on the girl who has like the pink bikini over there. She swung on her, so then she started fighting her. Yes, but in this entire time, I was even telling her, like, I'm like, here's something with my kids. I was like, hey, can you guys just chill out? She's like, great fucking parenting, take your kids out the pool. I'm like, well, maybe you guys should stop fighting. Like,
They say every story has 2 sides, but it seems more like this one has a dozen sides saying the same thing and one lying. But in any investigation, someone has to take down everyone's account. Here, one very patient officer has been doing just that with Blair and her friends.
Because I've got a female with pretty good injuries that is blaming you as well. It's kind of this thing.
Well, maybe she attacked me. I
Maybe
don't
you
understand
did,
myself.
maybe you did. I don't know.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now. So when you move from an area to come to the other area, that's an aggressive act.
Well, I get that.
Is it not?
I get it.
My man?
I mean, depending on the circumstance.
Okay, but more than one person, absolutely. But you're dealing with one person and 8 people come over.
Yeah.
That's an aggressive act.
Can I explain one thing? So, and again, I don't know the whole story about what you guys were talking about with my partner over here. I was conversing with some of the folks over there, and then this is what they told me, and correct me if any of this is accurate or wrong, okay? So,
While Blair and her friends continue rattling off lies about who attacked who, which again have already been disproven by video evidence, an officer who's totally done entertaining their entitlement returns to give them a reality check.
Okay, so here's the bottom line. I'm going to speak now, and you guys can follow up with me tomorrow after I review the camera. I have an independent witness that is one-on-one basis with the district manager here. And so you were saying racist stuff, instigating everything, blowing it up, and then when they confronted you, you couldn't handle it. Well, we're going to review the cameras tomorrow when they come in. I'm going to talk to Wyatt. Okay, and I'll see what happens. Okay, we've got them identified. I will look at the cameras. If it's one side or the other, we'll handle it appropriately. That's all. Okay. Yeah. It's not personal. We just can't verify it today. And this guy who called the district manager, we can't make him leave today. That's where we're at.
Not willing to tolerate any more interruptions, the brief shift into a tougher one from this officer gives a much-needed wake-up call to Blair and her male cronies. Sadly, it doesn't work, as they all keep trying to play victim while a dozen unrelated people all corroborate her culpability. Maybe they'll finally take accountability when shown some irrefutable proof.
He lives here. He had the guy's number on the fly, and he was an independent witness. Okay, so who? You know who I talked to? It's not them. It's an independent person. I'm sitting by themselves. that said you were saying horrible racist things, and they got upset about it.
Gonna say that.
Well, but this guy's not affiliated with them. That's why I'm like, okay, is he telling me the truth since he's not you or them?
So when I get ambushed by all of them putting over here,
That's what we're gonna review the camera for, okay?
Next, like 4 times.
Okay.
It's 2 discriminating things.
I get it, and that's why I want the camera before we do it, before we make any action, okay? They do if they reserve the clubhouse, which is what they did. Unless we disorder. So let me tell you something. According to the guy he was on the phone with, that I believe to be the district manager, if they paid the $200 to rent that out, they've got the clubhouse for that day. Yeah, the pool.
No.
The pool.
They usually.
Why don't you argue?
For some reason, you don't like me.
Their civil agreements.
Listen.
Because you've been calling me all kinds of things.
I've been calling Carl.
These fucking cops, I'm listening to you.
I
Okay?
didn't say these fucking cops.
Yeah, you did to your buddy on the phone. It's on the body
If you
cam.
have your own securities, I can't deal with that.
Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna review the footage tomorrow, and
It's like I'm in trouble because I paid.
you're not in trouble. You see me writing your ticket. What do you think?
Usually they will tell us.
Well, they didn't. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do about that. Okay, if that's their policy, if that's their, they didn't. I'm sorry.
It seems Blair's entitlement knows no bounds. Even after learning that the family they accused of not living there had the building manager on speed dial, called him, and confirmed they had paid to book the pool, she refuses to take any accountability, somehow doubling down on her delusions.
Yeah, look at this. I want you to see all this. That's my hair they pulled out. I've been in the factory. All of it.
Okay.
She's upset. I know.
All of that.
What we're trying to say at this point, we're going to review camera footage and follow up building management. I get it.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go from there.
Right. And if this guy needs a fat fine because he's lied about renting the place out or X, Y, and Z, or if someone assaulted her, we'll deal with that.
And I'm going to tell you, if they did bring it out and it's legit, then they're legit.
Yeah.
But still, you can't assault.
Hi, where did you get She did you the face? Oh, damn. Yeah, well, she did herself.
While the footage is obscured, the